Project number 1 is a primitive farmhouse wagon. Grab one of the wooden crates from Walmart or Dollar Tree, and some of those top favors that you get for the kids, we're going to use them for wheels. We're going to use our foam brush handle for our wagon's handle. Now grab some of those wooden skews and a drill bit to size it up. Take your handy dandy drill. Mine is a lithium portable rechargeable Black & Decker drill. I got this one from Walmart, but I will leave you an affiliate link down below. Now I took 1/8 and drilled it in one end of the foam brush handle and 1/4 in the other. I painted my tops black and just with spray paint, and as you can see here, you can literally hold that little portable drill in your hand, drill right through it, flip it over and drill the back. I love this drill. Bought it myself, but the affiliate link is down below to find you one like it. When it needs charging, plug it up. It lasts its charge a long time. So back to the video. In sizing up the wagon wheels, I'm just kind of laying it under it, and then I am working the wheel on there because I wanted it snug, so I didn't make the hole too big. I recommend you do the same. And you can wiggle it to get it the size you need. Now, I marked this the first time I didn't. Use your sponge brush and sand it down, and that lint roller makes it great to clean up. Hope all you guys have one of those. Now let's do something a little different. I'm going to use the picture wire and stretch it out, and those are going to serve as the spokes on the wheel. The first one I wrapped around, the others I actually cut to size, and I just hot glued it into place. I really wasn't sure if I'd have enough wire, but flora wire will work the same. So here's your neat little trick to make your hubcap. Take the end off of a pencil and remove the eraser. That cap is aluminum, so with your needle nose pliers you can cut it and then just shape it back up because it's very pressable. You can do it with your fingers. I just happen to have my pliers. And I hot glued it into the center. That'll cover up all that wire and make it look more cosmetically fit. Then clip off the difference of the wooden dowel that's left. And it was that easy. Now we need to make our handle for our wagon, so grab some of those springs we had left over from the clothespins and use your needle nose pliers to keep clipping it until you get it the size that fits very well when they're plugged into the holes. Now you're going to do the 1/4 inch hole side and use your needle nose pliers to bend the wire back, and then that's going to fit and be a working handle. Grab another wooden skew, slide it through there, and leave a 1 inch on each side. Use your hot glue gun to level the glue and your black paint marker to color in the edges. Your staple gun works great for that dowel so that the handle will be away from the wood and work. And use the black paint marker again. That thing's going to come in handy throughout this video. It's my favorite. There is a link in the description box below, but you can find them Walmart or anywhere. Now to have working wheel axles, I used my staple gun again. And I want the wheels to move, so I took my staple gun and I stapled the axle into place, not trying to be straight. I did it diagonal there. And that let it do it as may. And here we go. And look, our wagon works. So here's a new tool review. This is the Surebonder Triggerfire staple gun. I bought this myself. This is one of those tools that you will love. And it had the staples with it, 4 different sizes, and the back of the gun tells you what all it uses. Super easy. Grab you something to store your staples in, keep them dry so they don't rust. Now this thing is neat. It works like all staple guns, but this one has a kick to it. Super duper cool. It has a trigger on it, as you can see, so I'm flipping it around to show you that. Whenever you flip this to Triggerfire, you have the ability to do minimum and maximum depending on the thickness and hardness of the wood, and it has a lock and handle. So, in normal capacity, the staple gun works as all staple guns do. When it's in the trigger capacity, After you lock the handle in place, you can still lock the handle, guys. But let me show this thing off to you. Whenever you want to do the Triggerfire, it's a real simple method. You basically flip that button around, select minimum or maximum depending on the hardness of the material you're using. It does not matter what size staple you use. It depends on the thickness of the material. And this sucker packs a punch. Very ergonomic, easy to use. Once you have it switched to Triggerfire and press the handle in, the trigger's ready to go. And this is designed to fit into small areas, especially if you do upholstery or wooden projects. So let me show you how easy it is to load it. We have 1/4, 5/16, 3/8, and 1/2 inch staples that came in this pack. What size staple do I need? Well, this is how I do it. I measure what I'm going to use and the thickness of the staple, just like you would a nail. Flip the gun over. Put the staples in upside down. Snap it closed. She is ready to fire. So let me show something off to you here. See right here, it tells you how to load it. That's simple. If you lose the instructions, don't sweat it, guys, because they're all over this gun. You can't go wrong. Now let's demonstrate. As you know, that staple's thicker than this box. Voila. There we go. So try out the new Surebonder Triggerfire staple gun. Links in the description box below. Don't store the staples in to keep them from rusting. Now, to give our wagon more primitive look, take you some TP cardboard, and it's not round enough diameter to go all the way around it, so you're going to have to do 2 strips, hook them together, and then glue them around the wagon wheel and let more of that board come out towards you so the wheels can remain turning, and voila, we have our wagon. Now they have this wood pile at Hobby Lobby. There's about 8 in that pack. I picked Bless. Grabbed me one of those floral sponge bricks, cut it in half, piece of burlap, and some flowers. And this way you can decorate this wagon for fall or whenever. Alright, let's get to our flatbed trailer or little blue truck accessory. For those of you who've built the blue truck with me, I'll put the video in the description box down below if you'd like to know. I'm repurposing some ribbon spools here. I just picked 2. If you got another way to make the wheels, that's great, but these make excellent tires. And you're recycling, repurposing, which I love. And that palette is just one of those little mini ones I got from Dollar Tree, but you can get those at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, anywhere. Glue a button in the center, and I used foam core board so they'll sit in. That famous black paint marker and the white paint marker for this particular project. Got me some chalkboard paper, guys, and just cut it out. I didn't want it perfect. I just wanted it for cosmetics to cover up the spools. And they are awesome. So let's build our trailer. Now I took one of the jumbo tongue depressors, I guess you call them, and I scored it with my razor and wiggled it back and forth and broke it in half and sanded it down to make it smooth. Then marked it with a pencil, cut it with my scissors. And this way you have one on each side. Use your red paint marker. I don't want it perfect. I want it to look like a used farm trailer that you carry hay on, and they don't look shiny and new for long. You need 3 pieces on the short side going up and 3 across. This will create the gate that's going to be at the front of your hay trailer. And like I said, just do the bottom edges that's going to go around your trailer in a paint color. I kept mine natural and put Mod Podge on it because I wanted that authentic look. It will patina and age with time. When you glue your sides on, make sure you push it all the way to the back and allow about 1/8 of an inch up front so your grate sits inward and doesn't sit outward. That way it's framed up just like a proper hay trailer. So here's your flatbed trailer for your farm. Set your wheels up underneath and bring them all the way flush to that little grate board underneath. That way you don't have to overthink, are my tires in the right place? Are they even? Do they look right? And voila, you now have your trailer built. You got to put a hitch on it so it looks cosmetically correct. And that was pretty much, I put the longer one underneath it, although it sits fine by itself, and put a little short one up top. And this thing is so dang cute. Oh my goodness, I love it. Grabbed some of those little mini hay bales that Dollar Tree had, piece of burlap, and then I took some jute twine and wrapped around them a little dot of glue just to hold the string into place. And so then I placed them into the trailer. You can redecorate this year round. And here's the grain silo, our project number 3. So take the center of a pie pan, cake icing lid, and a tin can. I used one of those sponge dowels just to help shape it. It will not cut your hands because a pie pan is a little bit thicker aluminum and it's not as sharp. As long as you don't leave any edges on it, just cut it with scissors, and they'll sharpen your scissors too. I used the cake icing lid to help me shape it. Once you get it around the diameter you need, you can form it into a point. And then it's a matter of gluing that cake icing lid in the bottom. I used elephant gray. I painted my cam white, and I'm just using some silver to kind of even out the tones of the lid. And it was just like that. So we need a ladder to get inside our silo. Just use the wooden skews again and cut them to whatever size, however many ladders you want, or leaders to your ladder, I guess I should say. Hot glue it into place. It'll wrap around the can just fine. Alright, so now we need some vinyl letters. Measure to the front of your canister, and mine's about 3x3, 3x4, and I only cut enough vinyl that I need, and I used my brother Scan and Cut, and I used designs already programmed in it. So here's the brother Scan and Cut. If you don't own one, look for a used one and grab it, or purchase you one from a dealer. It's this basic. There are tons of designs that are already preloaded, and Brother Scan and Cut Canvas site is free. You can use it. They have all kinds of projects you can download. I've owned mine for several years now. But basically, I selected the designs already in there, and you can resize them, mirror them, rotate them, or stretch them. You have the opportunity to resize anytime and regroup them or ungroup them. So it's this basic, and you can move it around on the canvas. It's a LED screen, and put it where you want. So let's go out here, and let's say that I want to save this. I can do it by air, USB, into the device itself. Now I want to select my letters. So we have two different kinds. I picked the blackboard. You can do a capital and then lowercase the rest. Now once you get that, you have the opportunity now to resize those fonts. As big, as long, as tall, any way you want. And once you set them, they're on your canvas. You can now move them around on the LED screen, group them or ungroup them. Change your mind, delete it. That's simple. Really, really easy. Now for the star, I went out to my basic shapes and I looked for the perfect quilt star. And yes, it was. You guys know I quilt. Made it the size I desired, which is a 3-inch. I wanted it larger than my letters, but you know, in balance. You can stretch it there, but I didn't. Changed my mind. I want to delete it. Go to the trash can, delete it. That simple. You cannot mess up or make a mistake. If you do, it's so easy to go back and start back over. And it's just this simple. When you're done, you have the opportunity to save it, or you can plain hit the button on the left that says Home. It'll ask you want to save it or not, and then just cut it off. Close the lid, but put your stylus up, bring your LED screen forward, then lie it down, close the front, and you're done. Alright, so you see me removing my vinyl from off of the canvas mat. I got some of that transfer paper from Dollar Tree, and I'm here to warn you gals, don't do it. This stuff is a nightmare. It's horrible. And as you can see, once you print onto your sticky board, it's better to pick it up with your transfer paper from there. But it took me 3 times to do this project. This stuff is a nightmare. The adhesive on the transfer paper stays adhered to the vinyl. It is very cheap and horrible. So just use shelf paper. And here we go. I have my beautiful can. But we need a lid for our silo. I forgot, and I turned the glue gun off. So you can use tacky glue, and it will take it a little bit to dry, but it won't come off. Voila. So, as I promised you all, functional use Primitive Farmhouse Decor or Farmhouse Primitive Decor. If you'd like to know how to do the little truck, I'll put the link in the description box down below. You can click on it and it'll take you straight through the video. I'll also put an iCard up top here. I enjoyed making these functional Primitive Farmhouse Decor with you, rustic decor, whatever you would like to call them. If you enjoyed this video, I appreciate all the thumbs up. If you aren't a subscriber already, well, subscribe to the channel. And make sure you share this with a friend. Maybe someone that just enjoys watching DIYs. Until the next DIY, well, this is Elizabeth saying, I'll be crafting, y'all.